Alright, so basically, um, my breath again. Certain DVDs got mixed up because whereas the shelves got all taken down, certain movies got mixed up. So you might have to forgive me if they're not in a proper order. These ones, the others are. There's just a small select pile that isn't, which is basically the. There's only 4 really. I'll just go through these as quickly as possible. Demolition Man, Mindhunters, a great thriller kind of movie. Pulp Fiction, which I've never seen, and Warehouse, never seen either. Hopefully I will one day. Then these are the hero movie DVDs, which I don't own. I used to have all of them. I used to have all the DC, all the Marvel, but I said I sold everything. I used to have 6, about 5 or 6 shelves of just DVDs. Blu-rays had to have their own space. I went down to 1 shelf of DVDs. Yeah, I know it sucks. I wish I had them all back, but I'm also glad I don't because there would be no room here. But anyway, I've got Elektra, very underrated movie. The extended cut Ghost Rider. I've got the Blu-ray of that now, but I like that edition. The Punisher with Thomas Jane and John Travolta, great Punisher movie. V for Vendetta, one of the best DC movies to exist. Hellboy 1. I don't have Hellboy 2 anymore. I'm only keeping this because this is one of my dad's DVDs that he owned. But I've got the Blu-ray of them all there. Iron Hero. Iron Hero. The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, a great movie, not talked about a lot. And then probably one of the best Bruce Willis movies to ever exist, Unbreakable. Oh my gosh, this was just an incredible movie. Okay, then we have like a mini sci-fi-ish kind of pile, if you can call it that. I'm sorry. Like I said, a lot of my stuff got messed around. I haven't seen this, but I had to get this. Atlantic Rim. It's basically it's what I like to call a Poundland movie, if that makes sense. It's like the kind of budget movie, like the low budget movies you find in Poundland. Atlantic Rim, it's basically Pacific Rim, but yeah. Batteries Not Included, a great tale that I cannot wait to get on Blu-ray. I hope they do an actual UK release on Blu-ray. I don't know if they've got a UK one, but I want to get a UK Blu-ray release of this. It'd be incredible. Plus, imagine making a 3D version where the little ships come out the screen. That'd be awesome. Battle of Los Angeles. This has Kel Mitchell in it. This is also what I would call a Poundland movie, but it's actually quite. Sorry, I've got these really bad. Not hiccups, they're chest pain things. Like this makes me short of breath when I do too much lifting. I've got hernias in my stomach, so like the pain of bending and lifting, it hurts my chest. But back into the actual movie related shit, yeah, it's actually quite funny. Then this is my special collector's edition of was the real collection of Close Encounters of a Third Kind. I remember this being one of the most amazing purchases of my youth. I remember walking into my local DVD shop and they had this, and it was she said it was originally 10 quid, but because I was a great customer, she reduced it to £3 because she knew I collected movies, and she thought a nice little collector's piece like this was worth having in the collection. She knew how big my collection was because she was serving me for about 3 years, so she knew all the movies that I had. And basically, it comes in this real tin. It was quite beat up because it was previously owned, but it's there's like, I think it's like 2 or 3 discs in here. So 2 discs. Plus there's like this hidden compartment in the back, which has these postcard stuff with written descriptions. I'll show you like one quick one here. That's the image, and then on the back it has all this information about the scene and what was written about it. So that's quite a nice addition. From 10 to 3 quid. I mean, I was quite surprised by that. Plus, in the actual tin, I'll make this video longer than it has to be now. Sorry. In the tin, underneath the 2 discs, there's this nice soft sponge so that it stops the discs from actually getting battered and beaten, which I quite enjoy. Apparently, there's lots of other editions you can get of this. You can get like a Hellboy one, a Taxi Driver one. But this is the only one that I came across so far. I'm quite happy to own that. Then we have my favourite out of these two movies, and it's Guyver Dark Hero. Expect a review about this, a normal standard movie review, next Friday, where I'm going to be doing about the Guyver, Neutronics, and then Dark Hero. This is my favourite one. Then we have input, lots of input. Johnny 5. Oh my gosh. Short Circuit and Short Circuit 2. Just great movies, fun, exciting. The original Wall-E. Just incredible movies. Then we have a movie that I've still not got around to seeing, and everyone keeps having a go at me that I haven't seen it. It's Time Bandits. Apparently it's a great British comedy, sci-fi-ish kind of movie, and I haven't watched that yet. Next up is a trilogy. I don't have the box set for it anymore. I don't know what happened to the box set. I lent it to a friend, and the box went missing. This is why I don't lend stuff anymore. It came in this special purple box, and it came with these 3 movies, which we had the collector edition of The Dark Crystal, such a great classical movie. We also have collector's edition of Labyrinth, which, rest in peace David Bowie, just a great musical sci-fi, and this very, very weird, twisted fantasy movie known as Mirror Mask. Such a crazy visual mind frick. It's like this is the original Dr. Parnassus, although this was completely crazy. But it's such an interesting movie. Okay, and now we go into Disney movies. Now, I used to have all the classics, all the Pixars, but as I said, a lot went missing, and a lot got sold. I only have what I've got now, so let's just go through this. Blackbeard's Ghost. You can have your bed. Sorry, that was the I remember the most. Camp Rock. I know it's kind of weird that I own this. I really enjoyed this movie. Plus, I love the song at the end. Gotta Find You. A great John Candy movie, a great comedy movie, Cool Runnings. Such also an inspirational movie as well. Like, just this group of friends who just wanted to do what they could. They wanted to be in a bobsleigh team, and then John Candy made sure it was possible. Very underrated Dwayne The Rock Johnson movie, which I specifically am not a huge... It depends on the movies. I liked Doom, I liked Scorpion King, I liked Welcome to the Jungle, and there's some other rock related movies that I enjoy. But as his career started to progress, I don't like him in The Fasts. I didn't like Pain and Gain. I don't want to see him in Jumanji the remake. I don't want to see Jumanji the remake in general. But I enjoyed him in this as the game plan. It's just so funny. It honestly is hilarious. Then we've got another great Eddie Murphy movie. I think it's the only Eddie Murphy movie where he doesn't actually play himself. Like, well, not himself, but doesn't play like multiple characters. I know he didn't in Life, but it's Haunted Mansion. Such a weird kids movie, but it's such a good casting as well. You got Terrence Stamp, Jennifer Tilly, Eddie Murphy. Doesn't mention any of the people, which is annoying. Great movie. Sorry. Did you hear that? Sorry about that. It's like the really weird screeching noise. One of the best Halloween movies to ever watch, and it's Hocus Pocus. Bette Midler and Sarah Jessica Parker, and Kathy Najimy from Sister Act are just such a great movie. What a glorious morning. Makes me sick. It's such a good movie. A Jeff Daniels and Christopher Lloyd movie. My favourite Martian. Now, I've never seen anyone talk about this. I've never seen anyone talk about this on their DVD Blu-ray updates or anything like that, or at any time. Such a great, funny Disney movie. Christopher Lloyd is this alien who falls to Earth on a ship looking for resources, and Jeff Daniels is this news reporter who comes across the ship, and they end up getting this really weird friendship. It's quite good. sucks. I'm not a big John Travolta fan, but fudge me, them two in this are bloody brilliant. Harambe. I'm joking. It's not joking. And Seth Green. But no, this is just so funny. If you've seen this, the tablet mix-up is brilliant. It's just a great funny movie. Yet again, Robin Williams best at his work. A much older movie, but so good. And it is Popeye. Definitely enjoy Popeye. I think I bought all the Robin Williams movies in like one whole period of a month because I was just like building up my Robin Williams collection, and I forgot that he was in this, so I picked it up. It's about 2 years ago now. Must have been about 2 years ago I picked this up. It's just so. I don't eat my spinach. I don't eat my spinach. Yet again, another not talked about as often as it should be Disney movie, and it is Rocket Man. Oh, I love this guy. What's his name? Harland Williams, I think his name is. Just it's so funny, and it's about this kid that wants to see the Earth from space, and he grows up to be this rocket man. He actually gets to go into space, but he's this genius but he's really stupid. He's really smart, but he's really stupid as well. And it wasn't me. It was Julie. It's good. It's good. A very under talked about and underrated hero movie recently. Well, not recently. Like, it doesn't get talked about as often as it should, and I think it should. So I'm just trying to clean off some of this bloody smudge. It's just because I haven't had time to go and buy spare cases. I can. There's a shop down by my road that sells spare cases. It's just I like my Disney films to be in their Disney cases, but when you buy them second hand, you always get a bit of residual shit. Sky High, just really fun movie. I really enjoyed this. I don't know why many people don't talk about it. I kept one Pixar movie, which my favourite is Pixar. Well, one of my favourites is Monsters Inc. I had the 3D of this. I don't know. The 3D was okay. It wasn't as great as I would like to have been. But I want to get it back, and I want to get this back because not this back. But I want to get the 3D Blu-ray back, or the Blu-ray in general. Out of Disney, but still kids movies, we have Bionicle: The Mask of Light. I don't know why, but I got fascinated with that movie as a kid. This one belongs to my mum. Polar Express. I do like the Polar Express, but this is my mum's. I used to have the 3D Polar Express. Then we get into some DreamWorks stuff. Well, animated DreamWorks stuff. I've only got 3. Over the Hedge, just a funny animated movie. Prince of Egypt, one of the best DreamWorks cartoon animations. The music, the story, the acting is just freaking phenomenal. And then I think the second best, or probably better than that, if not, The Road to El Dorado. Just a great, yet again, a buddy team up movie with the two friends that just go on this adventure by accident, mind, to find, and they end up finding the road, the actual El Dorado, the city of gold. Got Robots, rest in peace, Robin Williams again. He plays is either Fender. I think he plays Fender in this. That's his sister Piper. That's Ratchet, and that's Rodney Copperbottom. Just a great, yet again, kids movie based, just all robotics and stuff. Mel Brooks is also in this. Now, this is the other movie that I would love to see get a great 3D release, and it is Yu-Gi-Oh! The movie, The Pyramidal Light. This is so much better than Bonds Beyond Time. Great animation, great story, so much in this movie. It's not even a long movie. The runtime is 86 minutes, so it's not a long movie, but this deserves a 3D transfer. There's just so much to this that deserves it. Obviously, you know, I'm a massive Yu-Gi-Oh! Fan. You've seen the poster, you've seen the box sets. I've got tons of cards everywhere. But yeah, this deserves a 3D release. I'll do some more actual kid stuff, and then I'll get into those things there. So, give me a second. Now, one of the movies I've chosen, you might not agree with me, being a kids movie, or maybe 2. They're not kids movies. That's why I'm kind of moving to the side. Let's just go through these. These are all random ones again. We've got Grinch. This took way too long to come out. I remember seeing a trailer to this movie like 2 years before the actual movie got released, and then I found out why. It's because Jim Carrey kind of like had to go through this special training to do this movie because the suit was too much for him and he felt like giving up. He had to have like Navy SEAL training, how to stay calm while wearing the suit, cause like torture training. Yeah, great movie. Then Hook, the best Peter Pan story ever. It's even better than the Disney classic. It's the best Peter Pan story ever told. And everyone's gonna go, oh, it's because Robin Williams. No, it's not just because. I mean, Dunstan Hoffman was a great Hook. Julia Roberts was a great Tinkerbell. Bob Hoskins was a great Smee. It's not just because he was Peter Pan. That's not what it is. It's just, it was a great Peter Pan tale. I enjoyed it. It was the fact that Peter went back to the real London, away from Neverland, and grew up with the Lost Boys eventually, and ended up getting his own life and stuff. And he goes back to Neverland and he starts remembering that he was Pan, the kid that never wanted to get older. Great story. And yet again, talking about great movies, Indian in the Cupboard. It's just a great, fantastic movie. I'm yet again growing up with this, wishing that I could do this. I used to put my toys in everyone's cupboards and the wardrobes, just closing it open, like wishing that it comes along. They never did. Damn you. Another great Christmas movie, Jack Frost, Michael Keaton. Just a funny, well done movie. Really interesting story. Then here we have my Small Soldiers, my signature edition with the Joe Dante signature in the corner there. I think that comes on practically every. It comes on every single like. What's it called? I think every DVD edition of this. I'm not too sure. I'm pretty sure it does. Also, if you've noticed in the bottom corner here, I'll try and get it in the camera if I can. Underneath where it says DVD, it says compatible with PlayStation 2. And there's two reasons for this. One is because it's a Sony/Universal release DVD. And two, because DVDs were originally created for PlayStations. They weren't individual DVD players. DVDs were originally created to be used on a PlayStation, just like the Blu-rays were designed to specifically be played on a PlayStation 3. And then eventually the separate players came out afterwards. But Small Soldiers, great kids. I know to 12, but only apparently because of the special features, not because of the movie. The movie itself is actually meant to be a PG, but the special features give it a 12. But I think it's a great kids movie. You know, toys coming to life and wanting to destroy each other is freaking awesome. Next up is an underrated sci-fi movie that I really enjoyed. It's also got the boy from Jurassic Park. I think he's a bit older in this. And this is StarKid. It's where this is just this ordinary boy who's into sci-fi stuff, and then what happens is he finds this suit of armor that he climbs into and stuff, and it's just awesome. Oh, now this movie is actually really underrated. I quite enjoyed this movie. I don't know why, but I did, and it is the Thunderbirds movie. I actually really enjoyed this. Yeah. I really enjoyed this. I don't know why. Who Framed Roger Rabbit? Such a classical. I want to say kids, but there was a bit too much in this that kids couldn't see. Freaking sadistic as hell, man. When I killed your brother, I talk just like that. Like, proper sadistic, man. Christopher Lloyd. And then we have The Golden Compass, which I haven't seen, but I know this was based on a book. And they've done a play of this as well, actually, apparently. I haven't seen it, but I really actually want to watch this. I still got around to getting to watch this yet. Okay, so now that's them. There's a couple more, and then there's actually another whole bundle. I told you there's a lot to get through. There's more DVDs than Blu-rays. So let's just go through these. These are the two movies that I wanted to put in the kids section, but wasn't too sure if I should. A Series of Unfortunate Events with Jim Carrey. The reason I didn't want to put this in the kids section was just because it's not really. I think it's a bit too much for the younger kids. I know it's a PG, so it says you can watch it with your parents. But I think there's just way too much in this that kids shouldn't see. So I wasn't sure. It's there in the kids section, but I'm very unsure. And then we have The Goonies, one of the best like kids team up movies. Everyone says like Stand By Me is the best. I haven't seen Stand By Me. I'm pretty sure if I did, I'd probably think this is second best to it. But this is actually a really fun movie. Then I have the Chuckle Brothers Lives. If you love the Chuckle Brothers, or if you just love really funny, childish comedy, these are actually really worth getting. Then we have like weirdish like olden days kind of movies. Some are sci-fi and one's ordinary. We have Heath Ledger's Knight's Tale. Great movie. Not many people talk about this, but this was brilliant. Got Heath Ledger, Paul Bettany, Alan Tudyk, I don't know who that guy is, Rufus Sewell, Mark Addy. Yeah, that's all the names I can see. But this is actually a really good, like, old folkish kind of movie. Not old folk, like, you know what I mean, like knights and stuff. It's pretty good. Then we have Dragonheart, probably one of the best dragon movies I've seen. Probably the best dragon movie I've ever seen in my life. Sean Connery as Draco. No. And no. I know what you're thinking. No. But yeah, Dragonheart. And it's also got Dennis Quaid. Just a great, great movie. And this is what made me... I think this is what started my passion for dragons. It was just such a brilliant movie. And then we got the second movie that had my passion for dragons. Dungeons and Dragons with Marlon Wayans. This is actually really, really good. Not many people talk about this, but it's actually a really good sci-fi movie. And then we have a complete classic, which is Willow. Oh, bloody hell, Willow. Warwick Davis, man. And then you've also got bloody Val Kilmer as Mad Madigan. Just a great, yet again, old sci-fi. Let's say sci-fi. I'll say more fantasy kind of movie. Okay, so that's all of those. There is, I think, one more pile to do, and then this video is done. So bear with me.